Just call the police. Isn't that what they always tell us? Just call the police, report him. If you've been abused, if you've experienced domestic violence, interpersonal violence, stalking, SA, any number of these types of crimes, they say just call the police. But that's kind of like calling a fox when your henhouse just got raided. Because let's talk about the police and the research that consistently shows that police officers perpetrate domestic violence at significantly higher rates than civilians, than most other professions, in fact. Of course, statistics on abuse are hard to find and may be contradictory, but meta analysis indicates that police commit domestic violence at approximately 3.6 times the rate of the general population. The National Center for Women and Policing reports that 40% of police families report domestic violence versus around 10% in civilian households. Multiple studies converge on a 2 to 4% higher prevalence of domestic violence perpetration among the officers. Occupational stress, trauma exposure, and hypervigilance increase aggression risk over time, but there's also an argument to be said that these types of jobs with authority and the ability to exert power over others also draws in the type of people who want to be able to do those things. Police training also emphasizes control, compliance, and force escalation, which can translate into coercive behavior at home for somebody who is already inclined in that direction. There's also ready access to firearms, which increases the lethality risk of officer-involved domestic violence. Then, before you tell me it's not all cops, we'll talk about the blue wall of silence. 58% of officers report knowing a colleague committed domestic violence, and 31% have witnessed it. Very few of those ever reported anything. Officers are also arrested less often, convicted less often, and terminated at very low rates, 7 to 10% for domestic violence. So why the fuck would we call people who are likely, much more likely than the average population, to be perpetrators or at least enablers? Why would those people be the ones we expect to solve our problems? And you can ask multitudes of women who have tried to turn to the police for these types of issues. The response is generally either they don't give a fuck or they straight up laugh at you at times. They think it's funny.